Okay, what's the simplified form of each expression? In order to do this, we need to follow order of operations. And the first thing we would think of is parentheses. Are there any parentheses in number 7? No. So the next thing we do is exponents. Are there any exponents? Yes. 3 to the third. That's 27. Notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace 3 to the third with 27. Everything else stays exactly the way that it is on the next line. I didn't touch them because I'm not allowed to touch them yet because they're not done right now. Okay? Now we've done exponents. Now we do multiplication and division, coming from the left. So, coming from the left, what do I see first? Coming from this direction, I get to the multiplication first. 27 times 32. And I'll do a little calculation down here and then erase it. You should be writing calculations like this too, somewhere off to the side. 14, carry the 1, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then a 0 placeholder. 3 times 7 is 21, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Notice I wrote over the 1 because we used it on the last step, not on this step. So I don't need it anymore. 6, and I get 864. And I write everything else exactly the same. Okay? Now, what do I do next? Well, again, I'm coming from the left. And I get to division now because I haven't finished with the multiplication division step. So I write this the same, plus, now I can do 12 divided by 4, which is 3. It's the one thing I did on that step. And then the next step, I add them together for a total of 867. And before I box this answer, I just want to check it against my study guide to make sure that that's a correct answer. And number 7, 867 is correct. So I'll box it. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of this work. And let's start to calculate here. Okay. Parentheses. Yes, we do have parentheses. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to deal with what's in the very deepest buried parentheses first. Sorry. Just a second, I'm having glitch problems. Okay, I need to erase this. Okay, so what's the very deepest thing we've got? We've got this deepest parentheses in here. We've got to deal with that first. So I'm going to be writing everything. Sorry, I keep getting interrupted there. But what I was saying is we're going to write everything exactly the same. And we're not going to do anything except for the furthest in parentheses that we've got. And we're going to do that inside in steps. Okay, so see how I wrote everything else the same. And what I'm going to be dealing with inside here is just the exponents. So what's 5 squared? 25. What's 4 squared? 16. We can do those together because they don't interact until they're both done. So that we can do them both. Okay? We're still not done with that step yet. We need to come to a single number there. Okay? So I'm going to write everything the same. 13 brackets 6 squared divided by, and I'm going to put this in parentheses still. 25 minus 16 is 9. Plus 9. Now there's nothing else to do in there. Okay? So now we can drop those now. But sometimes you get a negative number, you want to keep the parentheses there. Okay, so I'm going to say now, okay, that means 13 parentheses, and we need to do something from this step to the next step. The step that we're going to do is we're going to do, now that the parentheses are done inside, and we're working on the bracket parentheses, we're going to do 6 squared for 36. Okay, divided by 9, plus 9, like that. Continuing with those, we say 13 parentheses. And what do we do inside here? Well, we have to do division before we can do addition. So 36 divided by 9 is 4, and 4 plus 9 is what's in there. Okay, dealing with one more step at a time. 13 parentheses, what do we get inside? We get 13, and the last thing that there is left to do is multiplication. This becomes 169. Order of operations is so crucial to get right. because everything depends on you doing it right. That there's no meatball in this. Okay, you either know how to do this or you don't, and you show the steps or you don't. And as we get into Unit 2, I'm really going to give you uh, a lot of pressure to get it right, a lot of assistance to get it right, but a lot of expectations that you're going to be trying your best and doing it right. Okay, so be